Hello, and welcome to the next installment of Cooking by the Book. My name is Douglas, a librarian with Baltimore County Public Library, and this is the series where I run into the collection, I grab a cookbook, we work on it together, we make something, and we see if it works. Today, I am working with Hermine Dussault, my favorite Great British Bake Off contestant. We are making a no-churn ice cream from her new book, The Thrifty Baker. I don't own an ice cream maker, but this will allow me to make ice cream in my own freezer without one. Let's work on it together and let's see what happens. The first thing we need to do is make a blackberry coulis, which is relatively easy. To make a coulis, it's very simple. I am using a cup and a third of fresh blackberries. I'm using 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm using the zest of 1 lemon and a tablespoon of sugar. And that is the only thing that we need for a coulis. I'm going to cook this on medium-high heat until the blackberries break down. This will create my coulis, which I will then cool while I am working on my next step. Hold me close and hold me fast, the magic spell you cast. It is La Vie en Rose. So the blackberries are broken down. They're not completely dissolved. I still will have some nice chunks for the ice cream. But what I'm going to do now is I've turned off the heat and I'm going to place my coulis into a bowl. Oh, look at this. And now we're making a base for the ice cream. Hermine said that we could use digestive biscuits. If we were in England, we would have those, or graham crackers, which I am using. She also suggested we're using a bread loaf pan to put this in the freezer, which makes a nice container for our ice cream. Again, I used 7 ounces of graham crackers. Remember, no food processor, Ziploc bag. We can crush anything that we need. So I'm going to put that into a nice mixing bowl. A third cup of melted butter, and I am just going to take my bread loaf and I am just going to put this in. I used 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, which I have added to my measuring cup, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and now I'm going to whip up my heavy cream. If you're using a British cookbook, they might call it double cream. Just know that it's heavy whipping cream if we are translating the recipe. I'm going to be using 2.5 cups. So 2 cups are going in, and of course, 2.5 cups. I'm gonna whip this up. It takes about 2 minutes. You want to keep your eye on it. We want it to have stiff peaks, but we don't want to churn it into butter. So make sure your cats are somewhere safe because the noise is coming. It has thickened to the point where it's clinging to my beaters, and as I kind of lift, I can see that it's kind of creating kind of a stiffness. It's kind of keeping its shape. I'm going to take about a cup of this, and I'm going to add this to my condensed milk and my vanilla. Scoop and stir. I just want to get this sort of blended. I don't want to knock all of the air out of my cream. And I'm going to add this right into my whipped cream. And this is the base for our ice cream. Just get this combined. We really want to keep this nice and combined. I'm going to put about half of my ice cream mixture. I'm going to throw my blackberries right into my base. And I'm going to swirl this right through. I'm going to add a little more. This is right to the top. Oh yeah, we are right at the top. We are definitely going to have to wipe some of this up. This is crazy. You know what? In the kitchen with Doug, this is what we do. And you know what I'm going to do is now I'm going to put this in the freezer. And when I put this in the freezer, you know what? It's not going to matter because this is going to solidify and it's going to be perfect and I will be ready to serve it. So this has been freezing for about 5 hours. It looks pretty solid. So I think we're just going to dig in. And it does look really creamy, but I guess we're going to have to see how it tastes. And that's the most important part, and I'm really excited. This is fantastic. I can really get a nice fruit flavor. The texture is creamy, perfect ice cream, not overly sweet because the whipping cream wasn't sweet. It was only the condensed milk that was sweet. I think this was perfect and easy. I am so excited we tried this. The Thrifty Baker by Hermine Dussault. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. Get out there, make some ice cream, make some other French desserts, get out in the kitchen, get cooking, and we'll see you next time.